Well, we put in meeting to discuss, do you care what's happening to South Mountain? We couldn't get in the door at the fire company.
Wow.
The place was jammed. Now the three of us looked at each other and said, now what do we do? We didn't know.
Yeah.
We had a tiger by the tail. So we said, okay. We explained why we were here and what the concerns were. What the Lehigh Valley Planning Commission had planned was really open space. And we have to organize and do something. So we said, those willing to serve on the board, raise your hand. We had to pick 10 people out.
Wow.
And then we said, oh, board meeting we'll meet next week to discuss. And fortunately, we had a couple businessmen in there. We just happened to pick them. And what we did was we broke the mountain into sections from all the way over to Mountainville to Emmaus. We just took sections of the mountain, and then we select the streets in there, and we picked the person in charge for each section. Then they divided that up by streets and got a street captain on each street for petitions. And we'd stand at the giant petition to preserve South Mountain, and we asked for $1 contribution when you signed the petition.
Right.
Put that in a fund, and we started to take legal action against the developers.
Wow.
We started to appeal their sewer lines going into the mountain, and of course that held them up for months. Because it would take a whole year for something to come before the hearing. Who wants to tie up their money?
Wow.
So, and then we started on pressuring the different municipalities to change their zoning and to start buying. And Allentown bought the first piece for $2,000 from a Mr. Heil, where the old tree farm used to be up on now off of 78. That started it.
Wow.
And now, then after that, that was in 1971-73, Bob Rodale and Dexter Baker or actually Leonard Poole, both were looking for a place to donate land to. Leonard Poole had 17 acres along the stream, which is now the Conservancy property. But there wasn't a local conservancy, and they wanted to, unbeknownst to me, they wanted to form one. So there was a guy named Charlie Neff, great sportsman, great former morning call writer, very active in the community, knew everybody. And Charlie called me one day and said, Bob Rodale and Leonard Poole would like to have a meeting with the people from South Mountain Preservation Association. That's what we called it. And he said they want a representative. I said, I'll see that somebody goes. He said, no, they want you there. Big mouth. And so I went to the board. Here they started. I gave the first $20, and they started the Wildlands Conservancy. We then started to buy the lands. And Bob Rodale, after Heil sold that property, Bob Rodale bought the next 174 acres, and that's the way.
Wow.
And now there's over 1,500 acres preserved on the slopes.
Wow, that's awesome.
And they haven't been. So that's what you can do just by being, but you have to know, you have to study, and you cannot make a mistake. Once you make a mistake or an error in fact or something, you're discredited.
Yeah.
You lose credibility. So you have to really work at studying your issue and know everything about it.
Right. And
then learn how to use your own government to fight for you instead of against you.
Right.
That is, people don't realize it, but it took 3 women in 1971. So when they talk women power here, I laugh. I say, you have no idea. But so now you have an inside story that very few people even
That's awesome.
know about.
So what do you think is going to be the how do you think we're going to get rid of him? How do you think we're going to get him out of office?
The millenniums.
You
young
think?
People.
You think that's where?
Yeah, you have so many people that are set in their own ways. How can any idiot with any form of intelligence still support them?
Right.
How can anybody? It's unreal.
Right.
What motive would they have to okay something like that? Where's their patriotism?
Right. Right.
That is so puzzling to me.
Do you think that's part of the reason why the Republicans have an easier time claiming to be patriots, that Democrats haven't done enough of a job?
Yes, I do. I think we're not speaking. And to tell you the truth, Nancy Pelosi turns me off.
Why is that?
I'm with the young people. She has that false smile. It's your physical appearance plus. Right away, for instance, the other day, what did she say? That the wall is immoral. It's not immoral. She uses the dumbest terms. It's a farce, yes.
Right.
But it's not immoral. So what do you mean immoral? People don't understand what she means by it.
Right.
And I think the young people are seeing it. When you reach a certain age, like my age, and you can, I don't think you should go before the public. I mean, I'm talking to you personally. I can talk to a group like that, and maybe they probably would listen because there's more. I believe there's more substance behind what I'm saying than, But I'm not that political. That may sound funny, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not party oriented. Let's put it that way.
What were your thoughts with the midterms and the new group of people that came in? Women, younger people.
I'm all for it.
Yeah.
I'm all for it. They're a lot more idealistic. They're a lot more well educated as far as academics are concerned. I come from a generation when you were 16, you got married and had a baby.
Right.
And had a family. Fortunately, I was beyond that. I had college and went into teaching myself, but that's what women did then.
Right.
So I'm a couple generations, but I'm with the younger generation. I'm with my grandkids. I'm going out drinking with my granddaughter tonight.
Yeah, good.
Where is she taking me to the Triple Sun? Which is, I think, the local hangout there, and they take me to Volpe's occasionally.
Yeah. Well, that's nice.
Yeah, but I enjoy being with them, and they're not ashamed to take their grandmother out and tot her in. When I tell funny stories, they think that's my Irish background.
Right.
But I think, I think that the young people are leading the way if they're given enough credibility and have enough of the older people stop treating them, the younger generation, and really listen to what they're saying.
Right.
Right. And I hope that's the case. I don't see them being tainted as readily as the older generation.
Right. Well, let's hope so.
Well, probably because we've given them. That's one good reason. One good reason people spoiled them and gave them everything, because they can't be tainted by who.
Right.
They already have it. That's a convoluted way of thinking. But yeah, no, I do think I have. Now my grandkids are Bernie Sanders fans.
Right.
Now I could not convince John. My grandson now is graduating as an engineer from Penn State. He's out doing his last couple courses, and he belongs to the Social Democratic Club at Penn State. And we have discussions, and I can understand and I can admire what John McCain did. He can't.
Okay. Right.
He said, "Grandma, what do you do when you know you're going to be gone the next week?" He's a little too late. That's his.
Right.
That's the way some of the millennials are looking at it.
Yeah.
But you asked me a question, I gave you a whole sermon.
No, that was good. Thanks for talking to me.
Yeah, no, I guess you sit here and read books, I guess.
Yeah. No, it was interesting.
Well, I'm glad I stopped in.
Yeah, me too.
When I have time to